Okay guys, welcome back. I've got the knurling tool in place, got everything all set up. Like I said, this is a tool that I made myself. The only thing I didn't really make was the spring, a couple of the washers, and the threaded rod. This was just a piece of cold roll steel flat bar stock. Like I said, I used the knurling wheels that came with the setup from Matt at Quality Machine Tools. And then, I didn't make the, these are just lock nut washers, nylon lock nut washers. But I ended up making the actual cross bolts and everything myself on the machine. And like I said, it'll open up. So let me roll it out here, maybe you can see a little bit better. Open up to, I guess maybe actually not quite 2 inches. And then it'll close down pretty good. And so I may end up putting a little spacer in there to actually make it a little bit bigger opening, but for right now I haven't needed to knurl anything 3 or 4 inches in diameter, and I doubt that I will, so I think I'm just going to leave it set up the way that it is. So let me this over here, run it in, and we'll get started. So I typically have been knurling about 130, 140 RPMs. So let me see, let's get it dialed in there. So, because with the compensation on the speed control on this machine, it will speed up just slightly. I've got it set, which is the nice thing is you can adjust it and set it. But I've got it set to where when the machine starts to get loaded down, that it does compensate just a little bit more than what it was at before you entered the cut, and so it usually will speed up just a little bit. So all right, so plenty of oil on there, so run in here and get right above center there. Back. Go ahead and bring it in. We're going to tighten it up till it touches. Yep. And if you look close, you can see, which I don't know how well it'll show up on the camera, but you can actually see the wheel is slightly out of round, and then I think you can see this rocking just a little bit here. So let it dig in there, let it start doing its thing, and I'll slowly tighten it. Alright, that sounds pretty good there. Now I'm just going to go ahead and engage the crossfeed. This is one of those things I keep plenty of oil on these wheels. It just helps to make sure that everything cuts nice and even. Yep, like I said, it's up to about 150 RPM, seems to be where it's holding right now. Yeah, those knurls look good. Speed back just a hair. And I think right now I'm running, see on my cross feed, I'm about 5 thousandths per rotation. Out of everything that I've watched online, knurling is one thing I haven't seen a lot of videos on. But my plan is I'm going to do a full knurl all the way across this piece, and then down on the end that's into the live center here on the tailstock, it's going to be where I'm actually going to drill and tap for the handle. Or for the shaft to screw into, and then I'll put a taper. I'm going to cut a taper using the compound on that end for the so that it has a nice smooth transition down into the actual shaft. So oh yeah, that looks good. Alright, well I'm going to get this whole thing knurled and I'll bring you back and show you the finished product. Alright guys, well, as you can see, there is our finished knurl. So all I've done to it is just wipe off the oil and actually used a brass brush just to knock off any major chunks there, so you can just see the texture of it. So, like I said, I'm not sure, since this is the only set of knurling wheels that I own, if this is considered a medium or fine or coarse. I would assume it's probably a medium.